Disclaimer: this product was provided to the author to do a review. All opinions are 100% authors and authors alone. To have your product reviewed, visit bit.ly/reviewmyproduct.
Hello everyone, I'm Ahmad Kazim from dragonblogger.com, and this time we're going to take a look at the Apacer AH180 dual interface USB. Does dual interface rings a bell? If it doesn't, Apacer was the first one to launch a dual interface AH720 SSD. If you want to take a look at the review, I'll mention the link in the description. Well, let's get back to the AH180. The USB features a 3.0 port on one end and 3.1 Type-C port on the another end, and it also have a rotational cap on top of it to protect the other end from dust when it's not in use. As for the size, the USB is only about a few centimeters. That's about as long as my toe. Not that I've actually measured my toe. Anyways, the AH180 features OTG or on-the-go function, which means you can use this as external storage just by plugging it in your smartphone. So it's only limited to Type-C smartphones because one, the USB features 3.1 Type-C port, and second, I don't think there's any smartphone out there with a USB 3.0 port. Let me know in the comment section below if there's any out there. So that's how the USB looks like. Now let's take a look at the benchmark of the USB, as that's what counts the most. I will be testing the USB from both the 3.0 and 3.1 Type-C end, so we'll know if there's any difference in the connections. So according to Crystal Disk, the AH180 have a read speed of 227.7 MB per second and a write speed of 17.41 MB per second. This is when I was using the USB 3.0 port. And when I connected the USB to a USB 3.1 Type-C port, there wasn't a big enough difference in both types of connection. I also ran some real-world tests where I copied 1 GB file from my SSD to USB and then USB to SSD. When copying from SSD to USB via the 3.0 connection, the average speed was 18.4 MB per second. But when I was copying the same file from the USB to SSD, the speed increased tenfold and reached 228 MB per second average. Same was the case when I was using the 3.1 connection. In copying from SSD to USB, the average speed was 17 to 18 MB per second, and copying back from USB to SSD, the speed reached 239 MB per second average. So there you have it. The AH180 seems like a good USB. The only downside I found with the USB is the really low write speed. Other than that, it's really nice to see a dual interface USB. I couldn't find any US price listing for the USB, but on a Malaysian website, the 32 GB variant was listed for a price point of Rm89, which converts to almost $20.5. So at that price point, I would say that we're still getting a pretty good deal out of the AH180. In the end, I would like to rate this USB 4 out of 5 stars. Let me know if there's any questions about the USB in the comment section below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Ahmad Kazim out.